What if I told you that some books were so dangerous, so controversial, that they were banned by the church itself? Hidden, burned, forbidden. These were not just ordinary books. They challenged history, shook the foundations of faith, and revealed secrets the world wasn't ready for. Today, we uncover 10 banned books that Christianity didn't want you to read. Stay till the end, because what we found might just change the way you see history. Discovered in Egypt in 1945, but dating back to the 2nd century, the Gospel of Thomas is no ordinary book. Unlike the 4 Gospels in the Bible, it doesn't mention Jesus' crucifixion or resurrection. Instead, it contains secret sayings, words of wisdom, hidden from the masses. The church called it heresy because it promoted Gnosticism, a belief that salvation comes from secret knowledge rather than faith. If this book had been accepted, it could have rewritten Christianity itself. For 2,000 years, Judas Iscariot has been remembered as the ultimate betrayer, but what if he wasn't? The Gospel of Judas, found in the 1970s, claims that Jesus told Judas to betray him, that it was part of a divine plan. This flips the entire story of the crucifixion on its head. If Judas wasn't the villain, then who was? The church didn't just reject this book, they buried it, fearing that it would undermine the traditional understanding of sin and redemption. Mary Magdalene, was she just a follower or something more? The Gospel of Mary, discovered in the late 19th century but dating back to the 2nd century, suggests that she was the true leader of Jesus' movement, and that the male disciples, especially Peter, were jealous of her wisdom. If this book had been accepted, it could have completely changed the structure of the church, giving women a greater role in religious leadership. The church declared it heresy and erased it from history. In 1517, one man dared to challenge the most powerful institution of his time. Martin Luther, a German monk and theologian, exposed corruption in the Catholic Church, especially the selling of indulgences where people could literally pay for forgiveness of sins. His writings, including the 95 Theses, sparked the Protestant Reformation, splitting Christianity forever. The church didn't just ban his books, they declared him a heretic and hunted him down, fearing that his ideas would weaken the Pope's authority. Science and religion have often clashed, and Galileo Galilei found himself at the center of one of the biggest conflicts. In 1632, his book Dialogue Concerning the Two Chief World Systems supported the idea that the Earth is not the center of the universe, the Sun is. The church saw this as an attack on Scripture and banned the book. Galileo was forced to deny his own discoveries or face severe punishment. It took over 350 years for the Vatican to admit he was right. Thomas Paine, a revolutionary thinker, wrote The Age of Reason in 1794, and it changed everything. He didn't just question the Bible, he openly criticized it, claiming that religion was a tool for control and that true faith should be based on reason rather than blind belief. Churches were so terrified of his ideas that they banned and burned his book wherever they could. His work encouraged people to question religious texts, making it one of the most feared books of its time. What if humans weren't created in their final form, but evolved over millions of years? That's what Charles Darwin argued in 1859 in On the Origin of Species. His theory of evolution directly contradicted the Christian belief in Adam and Eve, causing outrage among religious leaders. Churches called it blasphemy, some schools banned it, and even today the debate continues. Darwin's ideas shook the foundations of Christian teachings on creation, a fictional book. But was it based on truth? Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code, 2003, shocked the world with its claim that Jesus was secretly married to Mary Magdalene and that the church had covered it up for centuries. The Vatican called it a deliberate attack on Christianity. Some countries even banned it outright, fearing that it would mislead believers. But the real question is, why did a novel make the church so nervous? James Joyce's Ulysses, 1922, isn't about religion. Or is it? This book was banned in many Christian-majority countries, not only for its explicit content, but also for its irreverent treatment of Catholic prayers. Joyce, an Irish writer, used controversial language that was seen as blasphemous, leading to censorship and bans. Some called it a masterpiece, but religious authorities saw it as an insult to faith. A story about meeting God in an abandoned shack doesn't sound controversial, right? But in The Shack, 2007, author William P. Young depicted God in a way that challenged traditional Christian beliefs. Some churches outright banned the book, arguing that it spread a false understanding of the Trinity. Others saw it as a refreshing spiritual perspective, but the controversy around it only made more people curious to read it. So, what do you think? Were these books truly dangerous, or was the fear of their ideas what really made them a threat? Let us know in the comments below, and if you want more hidden history, make sure to subscribe. Until next time, keep questioning, keep searching,